We're here to share with you a little bit today about what we do. We've been missionaries in Ecuador. We're beginning our 5th year. And as Pastor Roland was saying, 2.5 years ago, we were here in your church, meeting with Pastor Roger and Pastor Roland and a friend of ours who was going here at the time. And we have been back 3 or 4 times since then in between trips to Ecuador. And we're firm believers in God's faithfulness and in God's timing. And we don't get discouraged. I was going to say easily, but really we don't get discouraged. We just keep doing what we're doing, what he leads us to do, and we trust that his timing is impeccable. So his timing right now is impeccable. That's why we're here today. We've been back in the States since November. We're going back on January 14th. We've taken 4 years to achieve getting our 2-year visa. So the political stuff and paperwork and all that is always just it's what the enemy uses to get you to go away, and it didn't work. So, but I wanted to say to you, I'm going to share a little bit about what we do as a ministry, because the scope is pretty wide. I'm going to share the what, and he's going to share the why. So I want to start by saying, why am I barefoot? Well, before I tell you that, I would like to have all of you stand up again, please. And I want you to just do a 360-degree turn. Thank you. Now you can sit back down, and I'm hoping that cleared out any preconceived notions you have about missions and missionaries, because we ain't like everybody else, okay? Not better, not worse, just we're kind of crazy in that respect. I'm barefoot because we weren't back in the States. We get back to, we flew into Fort Lauderdale. We had to go to Walmart first to get phones turned back on and all of this stuff. And my next stop after Walmart was Publix. And I walked in and I went, I'm home. And I can't stay out of Publix. And I can't stop eating. My clothes are getting a little tighter. And I'm just like, I got to go back to Ecuador because I'm going to have to buy new clothes if I don't. But the reason I'm barefoot is because my feet are cold. So why don't you put your shoes on? Because I don't want to get too comfortable. I just don't. All of those people and all those kids, everybody in that video that you just saw, they're our family. And you know what? If you're a believer and a follower, they're your family too. And ministry in Ecuador, there's nothing special about ministry in Ecuador. It's no more important than ministry right here, outside that door. Because this is the mission field wherever he puts you. But you're not supposed to do mission just within 4 walls. He just happened to call us to Ecuador. I'm from West Virginia. He's from Cuba. We met in North Carolina. And we live in Ecuador. Only God. The Ministry of La Montaña de Luz is a legal entity in Ecuador. It's a nonprofit legally in Ecuador. It's a legal nonprofit 501c3 in the United States. The name in the United States is Mountain of Light Incorporated. The name in Ecuador is La Montaña de Luz Incorporated. So it took us almost 4 years to achieve all that legal status, etc. In the meantime, we've been doing ministry. We are planting churches. We were back this past year. We got there in March, on March 1st. In 8 months, we planted 4 locations. I'm bragging on God here. It's not us, it's God, believe me. We planted 4 locations through the ministry. We had a pastor's class, our first ever pastor's class, because we're all over the place. We can't do it all by ourselves. We graduated 6 people from that class. We ordained 1. The rest are coming back to take it. We're starting it again in February with like triple the amount of people. We did leadership conferences for different churches, different denominations, because we're non-denominational. That's God's design, not premeditated. We've been doing leadership conferences that last 6 days, and over 300 people have graduated that leadership conference to help churches. The churches in South America, the mentality is everybody wants to be a leader. Everybody wants to be a leader because they get to wear the shirt and get to have all the authority inside where they're worshiping. And the pastors are frustrated because they can't talk them into going out and reaching the community. Now, they'll bring a couple people from the community in and minister to them, give them some food, give them some clothes and things like that. But they're not going out and doing home visits, which is our favorite thing to do.